Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ale Pokemon channel for the latest episode in our set battle series. But before we get into it, as I always do, please do consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video, and you can follow me on Twitter at AlePokemon25. I'll flash it up on the screen like I always do. But with that out of the way, let's move on to today's episode. It is episode 12 of our signature set battle series, the series that seems to always bring us hits, always bring us fireworks. I joke that I should just only make these videos because I always seem to do ridiculously well with these openings. If you're not familiar with the concept, we basically take two different sets, open an equal number of packs from each, usually 3, but I believe we have done 4 once in the past, if I remember rightly. Usually 3 packs of each, and we see which set gives us the better hits in terms of EXs, Ace Specs, secret rares, all that stuff. Now today is an exciting one because not only do we have a newcomer, but we also have a set that hasn't appeared in the set battle series for a very long time. We will start off with the returning competitor. So first off, we have, weighing in at 3 packs, currently with a 1-0 record, previously beating their set partner Black Bolt. So now with a 1-0 record, it is White Flare from Scarlet and Violet. So, like I say, they're 1-0. The cool thing with this set is there are some extra things you can get. So there's the holographic energies, and there's also the Pokeball and Master Ball cards. So hopefully we'll manage to get a hit or two out of these White Flare packs. But as I did mention, there is a set actually making their debut today. I was actually surprised we hadn't done a set battle video with this set before, though it is one of the more popular ones, so that does make sense. So also weighing in at 3 packs, we have Surging Sparks, like I say, making their debut with such hits inside, of course, as the Pikachus. There's my boy, the Alolan Exeggutor, and many more. So today, White Flare will be looking to try and go 2-0, whereas Surging Sparks will be trying to get on the board in their debut outing. I think we will start with White Flare. Obviously, 3 packs to get into. I might have to make a decision when we get to the results of exactly how I'm going to weight certain things. Like, obviously, like say, there's Pokeballs and Master Balls in this that there aren't in Surging Sparks. So technically, White Flare and Black Bolt is one of the sets where they do have a bit of an advantage. So I might have to take that into account. But anyway, enough chatting on my part. Let's crack into our first pack of White Flare. This was actually the first set, I believe, that came out when I started collecting. Some of my first videos were actually on White Flare. It's taken off the code card for the energy. I'm going to guess a Psychic energy. And no, it is just a regular old Lightning energy. If you're not familiar, we always guess the energies, so do feel free to do that yourself at home. And hopefully you might be lucky, or maybe even luckier than me. Starting off with our first card, we have Litwick chilling amongst all the other candles. Lillipup, the cute little dog, looking out over the hill. Roggenroller, going for a walk. Dino, the little emo dinosaur. How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. You know how it goes. Sawsbuck. A Heatmore, the little fire anteater. Well, he's quite big, actually. I don't think he's very little. A Sigilith. Oh, and there we go. Straight away, we hit a Pokeball, a Sork Pokeball specifically. So that's 1 hit already for White Flare. Oh, and then we have a Sork reverse. That's funny. And on the end, oh, a Buffalon EX. So I know for a fact the Buffalon is a double. I'm not sure about the Sork. I'd have to check the binder. But White Flare coming out with the heat. 2 hits already from the very first pack. Like I said, the Buffalon is a double. I've got a fair few. I feel like there's only a couple of EXs in each of these sets, so you do see a lot of them sort of multiple times, but I'm just going to pop those on top of our nice hits from the set for now. So we've got them in the background. So already 2 hits. Like I say, I'm going to have to judge how I'm going to weigh the scoring on this, but White Flare starting out real strong. Can Surging Sparks strike back? I actually got these 3 packs from a local Tesco. I went in and just asked if they had any, and they happened to have some in behind the counter. Fresh out of a half booster box as well. So we got the first cards out of that box. Taking off the code card for the energy. I'm going to guess a grass energy. And no, it is fire. Basically the opposite. So let's get into our pack of Surging Sparks. So first of all, we have Uxie, a Charcadet, Smoochum, cute little kissy Pokemon. Skarmory, the big metal bird. A Gravity Mountain. So each stage 2 Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponent's, gets minus 30 HP. That's an interesting stadium card. We have the beautiful Alolan Dugtrio with its flowing locks. Beautiful. Clemont's Quick Wit. Already onto the end cards. We've got a Flittle Reverse. An Oricorio Reverse. And on the end, just a Zarude. Zarude Sandstorm specifically. So, 1 pack down for each White Flare, making all the running so far. On to our second pack, though. Can they further extend their advantage here? With some more hits. Like I said, I want to say it's the Psychic holographic energy that I need from this set. I'm not just going to guess Psychic every time as tempting as it would be. I'm going to say Metal Energy. Oh, and it is. Okay, there we go. We got one right. Nicely done. Let me know in the comments if you managed to get any right at home. So let's crack into pack number 2 from White Flare. First of all, we've got Pansear, the little fire monkey. The Dino, I'm not going to do the emo song again, but the Dino again. A little Woobat with the heart nose, he's a cute little fella. A Patrat looking out from his tree. Scrafty, pull your fucking pants up, lad. A Gigalith. A Brave Bangle. A Shelmet reverse with a little Carablast hiding in the grass, sneaky little fella. Oh, and a Zweilous illustration rare. I believe I'm right in saying that we've pulled this before, but I think I either sold it or traded it. So I'm going to class that as a hit. It's always going to be classed as a hit. I mean, a non-double, that's awesome. And then on the end, just a Samurott. So White Flare is going hard today. Already giving us a Pokeball, an illustration rare, and an EX. That is a really nice artwork. Like I say, I have had this in the past. I think maybe I traded it to my friend. I don't know exactly what happened to it, but I do know I don't have this card at the moment, so that's awesome. We're going to pop that. Actually, we'll give you a separate stand. Let's give you a separate stand. I think you deserve that. So it's not looking too great, I'm not going to lie, for Surging Sparks. They do still have 2 packs left. All it would take is one big hit, you know, if we pull like an SIR, especially if it was like the Pikachu. So pack number 2 with Pikachu on the front, of course. The Pikachu SIR is the big hit. But there are, like I say, a few different tasty hits in this one. Like I mentioned, there's the Latias illustration rare that I can think of off the top of my head. That's one of the bigger hits that you can get. Special illustration rare. We've got the Latios illustration rare, and then there's the Latias SIR. So let's take off the code card. For the energy, Grass was the first one that came into my head. And no, it's Ground/Fighting. So no luck on the Surging Sparks energies so far. So can the debutant strike back with a hit? They really need one. First off, we've got Feebas, a Crocolaw, Tandemaus, the cute little mice, Spuper, that evolves from, is it Blipbug, I believe Spuper evolves from. We've got Magnezone, the evolution of a Magneton, Goldengo going for a Surf, a Dusk Ball. Look at the bottom 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon you find there, put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Oh, hello there. So that is something we actually need. An A-Spec Scramble Switch. I know for a fact we don't need this. I don't know if I've actually come across this card before. So switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, you may move any amount of energy from the Pokemon you move to your bench to the new active Pokemon. Okay, so that's interesting. So there we go. First hit for Surging Sparks. We've then got a Chill Teaser toy. And on the end, just a Skeledirge. So Surging Sparks has struck back. Not the biggest hit in the world, but it is still a hit. Like I say, I would still say that White Flare is firmly in the lead as of this point. But like I say, we could see a comeback from Surging Sparks. Like I say, they've still got another pack to go. Probably just maybe one big hit would get them back in contention. But it's time for pack number 3 of White Flare. We've done really well so far. The question now is, can we get any more hits? We've already had an EX, an illustration rare, a Pokeball. We've already done really well. That was just our 2 packs as well. So to be honest, if we got nothing out of this, I wouldn't really have anything to complain about. But let's take off the code card for the energy. Just because I want it to be, I'm going to guess a Psychic energy. No, it is a shiny, but it's a Ground/Fighting energy. So that's unfortunate. We do have that. Still looking for that Psychic energy. I could just buy it, but part of me wants to actually pull it myself. So here we go. Final pack. Can White Flare further push out in front and put the pressure on Surging Sparks. First off, we've got the Basculin with the big scary teeths, a Tepig, the cute little starter pig, we like that fella, the Woobat again with the heart nose, Scraggy, pull your fucking pants up, lad, a Stunfisk, very weird Pokemon, looks like it's just been sat on, very flat, a Liepard, an Excelgor. Down to the final 3, could we get another hit out of White Flare? We have a Stoutland reverse, Rog and Roller reverse, and on the end, a Hilda Ultra Rare, which was actually one of the ones I had up in the background. So that is a double, but it's another hit out of White Flare. That's mental. That's a hit out of every single White Flare pack. Like I always say, there's just something about this series where our luck is absolutely insane. I'm going to pop that in front of the Pokeball. So it's looking pretty bleak for Surging Sparks. I'm not gonna lie, we've got an Ultra Rare, an Illustration Rare, an EX and a Pokeball against one A-Spec card. It is possible, we've seen it before with Paradox Rift one time, we pulled that Groudon Illustration Rare out of the last pack and that ended up giving them the win. Can Surging Sparks come back with the final pack and pick up their first victory, or is it going to be a sad loss for Surging Sparks? I think probably one of the most liked pack sets. I think it's a really cool set. I really like. One day I would like to master set it. I don't know whether that's going to be possible or not. I think it's one that'll be more of a slow burn, and one that'll sort of do as and when I'm able to, and might take a bit of time to actually complete. But anyway, enough of me chatting on. For the energy, I'm going to guess a Darkness energy, and no, it is a Steel energy. So here we go. The last chance for Surging Sparks. We did get an A-Spec, but we need something big here if they want to win. Starting off, we have Shroodle, drawing on a rock with its tongue. It's very cute. Kecleon, one of the Shinji Kanda artworks, are very trippy and really cool, stands out a lot. Trapinch, looks like he's been munching on some rocks. Cryogonal, a Pasho Berry. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is damaged by an attack from your opponent's water Pokemon, it takes 60 less damage. So that seems like it's really specific, because obviously if you had a deck and you're not going against somebody with a water type deck, that would be like no use. So I don't imagine that gets a lot of play. And a Azumarill going for a walk in the sunshine. That's a really pretty artwork. That's really nice. I like that. He's a happy little fella. We like him. An Annihilate. And here we go. Final 3 cards for Surging Sparks. Can they pull off the impossible? Starting off with a Spheal reverse, an Eternatus reverse, and on the end, okay, so they did come through with a hit, a Black Kyurem EX specifically, but it's probably not going to be enough, but it is another hit. And like I always say, we always do so well with set battles. I mean, just look, obviously I need to cover up the Pikachu because that didn't come from today's video, but I mean, just look at that, 6 packs. And the Pokeball's not even in shot, but an EX, a Pokeball, an Ultra Rare, an Illustration Rare, and then an A-Spec and an EX on the other side. Like I always do, we'll take a quick break and come back and recap the results. It's probably going to be obvious who our winner is going to be, but yeah, let's do that and come back in just a second. So episode 12, our set battles, is complete. The results are in. Unfortunately for the debuting Surging Sparks, they haven't managed to pull off a victory. As seems to always happen with these videos, they still did make a good showing for themselves with a couple of hits. Just unfortunately was not enough. So from 3 packs, we got the Scramble Switch A-Spec card, which like I mentioned, I do need. So that is a nice hit. And we also got the Black Kyurem EX, which I believe I have. Again, it'll have come up on the screen during the edit. So a couple of hits, but unfortunately for Surging Sparks, it just wasn't enough today based on the overwhelming offense that was brought out by White Flare. Technically, we could argue we got 5 hits. We did get the Ground/Fighting Energy reverse. Oh, sorry, I should say just holographic. We got the Sork Pokeball, which like I said, I'm not sure if I need, but again, you will be aware of. We also pulled the Buffalon EX, which is a double. Azuelas EX, like I say, we did have, but we got rid of. So this will be nice to put back into the binder. Nice illustration rare. And on the end, another double, the Hilda ultra rare, so that'll go into our trades. But we can't be mad by any stretch of the imagination, even if you don't count the energy. 6 hits from 6 packs. Set battles, I don't know what it is. It's like there's some kind of magic where hits just appear in my packs when I'm recording one of these videos. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I'll quickly flash up the results on the screen now. And once again, thanks everybody for watching. Do consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed. You can always follow me on Twitter, as I always mention, at AlePokemon25. I hope you get to rip some packs soon and have some good luck. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and peace.